Good morning. Seated or standing, please join in our gathering music, led by Tracy and the choir, Somewhere to Begin.
People say to me, you gotta be crazy, how can you sing in times like these? Don't you read the news? Don't you know the score? How can you sing when so many others grieve? People say to me, what kind of fool believes that a song can make a difference in the end? By way of a reply, I say a fool such as I, who sees a song as somewhere to begin. A song is somewhere to begin, the search for something worth believing in. If changes are to come, there are things that must be done, and a song is somewhere to begin. People say to me, you gotta be crazy, how can you dream in times like these? Don't you read the news? Don't you know the score? How can you dream when so many others grieve? People say to me, what kind of fool believes that a dream can make a difference in the end? By way of a reply, I say a fool such as I, who sees a dream as somewhere to begin. A dream is somewhere to begin, the search for something worth believing in. If changes are to come, there are things that must be done, and a dream is somewhere to begin. People say to me, you gotta be crazy, how can you love in times like these? Don't you read the news? Don't you know the score? How can you love when so many others grieve? People say to me, what kind of fool believes that love can make a difference in the end? By way of a reply, I say a fool such as I, who sees love as somewhere to begin. And love is somewhere to begin, the search for something worth believing in. If changes are to come, there are things that must be done, and love is somewhere, and a dream is somewhere, and a song is somewhere to begin.
Oh, Miss Tracy. Oh, yay. Thank you. Let me introduce introduce. This is Tracy Spring. She hails to us from Pacific Northwest. She's been many times here, and I am so grateful that you are here with us this week with your message of hope, and humanity is one that we are just really looking toward filling our time together this morning. So yay, thank you for being here. And I do have some aloha to give you. Don't want to mess up your guitar.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. And aloha to you all as well. Welcome to the First Unitarian Church of Honolulu, where we strive to build the beloved community and to boldly grow compassion, justice, and joy. Oh, friends, it has been a tough week, and it is good to be together, sharing our hearts, our voices. Thanks to Tracy, we sing of hope and humanity. Now, my name is Karen Velasic. My pronouns are she, her, hers, and I have joy of assisting in this worship this morning. And I want to extend a special greeting to our visitors, both here in the building and aloha on Zoom. For those in the sanctuary, please stay after for light refreshments, fellowship, talk story, get to know you better. So I extend aloha to all for choosing our congregation today. You're in for a treat. Now, please join me in offering recognition for these chain of islands we call home and her people. On behalf of the First Unitarian Church of Honolulu, we acknowledge that we are gathered on Aina, which is traditional and ancestral homeland of the Hawaiian people. We recognize that Her Majesty, Queen Liliuokalani, yielded the Hawaiian Kingdom and these territories temporarily under duress and protest to the United States to avoid the bloodshed of her people. We realize that this building once belonged to the Cook family, who were leaders in the overthrow and imprisonment of the Queen. And we admit that this violence allowed the family to build on this land. We honor our shared responsibility to this land and these waters. We commit to learning from Hawaiian wisdom. We strive to repair and deepen our relationships as neighbors and friends. Now, as Richard lights our chalice, symbol of our free faith, I'd like to offer you the words from Vice President Kamala Harris in her concession speech. She said, "Only when the night is at its darkest can you see the stars." If we are in a dark time, let us fill the sky with billions and billions of light from those stars, the light of optimism, the light of faith, the light of truth, the light of service. I invite you to feel sparkles from that light in our worship this morning. And please remain seated as we seal this prayer with a centering sound followed by our mission song.
We
We sing to the heavens above and dance our joy on the ground. Play in the key of love till the walls come tumbling down. We come together in this place, unholy ground, where movement is a state of grace, music all around. We sing to the heavens above and dance our joy on the ground. Play in the key of love till the walls come tumbling down. For all our common life and breath, for world community, courage in the face of death, ending tyranny. We sing to the heavens above and dance our joy on the ground. Play in the key of love till the walls come tumbling down. So listen with your open heart to all we can be and celebrate this work of art in great diversity. When we sing to the heavens above and dance our joy on the ground, play in the key of love, walls come tumbling walls of fear and ignorance come tumbling down. The walls of hate and indifference all come tumbling down. When we sing to the heavens above and dance our joy on the ground, play in the key of love, walls come tumbling down. Join us. Walls come tumbling down. Over. Walls come tumbling. Dance your joy on the ground. 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 Dance your joy. When we sing to the heavens above and dance our joy on the ground, play in the key of love, walls come tumbling down.
Indeed. Whether you go to church on Sunday morning or light candles on Friday nights, whether you've been hurt by religion or saved by it, some of both. Whether you're brand new to a spiritual community or a seasoned seeker, whoever you are, wherever you are from, you are welcome here. Let us worship together. Tracy.
The original songs you're going to hear this morning are from my Hope and Humanity repertoire. And about six months or so ago, Beth reached out, and I thought this would be a really good time to bring the songs of Hope and Humanity to this community and to others. And so you'll hear some of those songs accompanied by the Fooch Choir, and I'm thrilled. So, of this world. I can ease the suffering of this world. I can ease the suffering of this world. I can ease the suffering of this world with my head, my heart, and my hands. With my heart, I can feel the ebb and flow of life. With my eyes, I can see the way things are and the way they could be. Hope and vision call to me. With the voice of reason, I can ease the suffering of this world. I can ease the suffering of this world. I can ease the suffering of this world with my head, my heart, and my hands. With my heart, I can feel the ebb and flow of life revealed. Greed and sorrow all will heal with love and true compassion. I can ease the suffering of this world. I can ease the suffering of this world. I can ease the suffering of this world with my head, my heart, and my hands. With my hands and with my sweat, I will do what's not done yet. With tenderness, with no regrets, embrace the work before me. I can ease the suffering of this world. I can ease the suffering of this world. I can ease the suffering of this world with my head, my heart, and my hands. I will not turn my head, I will not close my heart, I will not still my hands until my work is done. I can ease the suffering of this world. I will not close my heart, I will not still my hands until my work is done. I can ease the suffering of this world. I can ease the suffering of this world. I can ease the suffering of this world with my head, my heart, my hands. I can ease the suffering of this world.
Aloha. Throughout human history, communities of faith have witnessed together the ways that their shared lives are experienced, marked, and remembered. This community's Book of Life is open to all who enter this place. In it, we invite you to share a joy, a concern, or experience affecting you or this shared community. If you're not comfortable with writing, you can always speak with a worship leader or with the day's worship associate before the service about what you wish to be shared. At any point during our sharing, you may come forward to light a candle on the Book of Life altar next to the doors that lead to the gallery. If you need a compassionate person to listen to what is troubling your heart, please go to our church website to contact the care team. I am a proud member of that caring group, which includes Carla Allison, Martina Queen, and Lorraine Fay. If your listening involves grief, please speak with Reverend Dr. Greg or Catherine Graham, or each other, just listen. Some of the concerns being shared with us today well, we all know our big concern. It's not written in here. But as I pass my hand over, you may share a word or phrase of any concern. Yes, the election. Alongside these concerns, there are surely those troubling our private hearts. So, some of the joys being shared with us today. A salute to all who have served or are serving in our country's military. Happy Veterans Day. A joy that as Democrats we can begin again from basic principles and not have to defend the undefensible because it was agreed to on previous times, such as uncritical acceptance of Netanyahu's every move. Over the moon with joy to have Tracy Spring here with us, and for the joyful noises of the choir and piano artistry of Noe to bring this music alive today. Some of the joy, alongside these joys enlivening our community, there are surely joys warming our own hearts as well. So as my hand passes over the congregation, you are invited to speak a word, a name, or a thought about that joy you feel, so it might be shared by all of us now. The bitterness and the sweetness, the concerns and the joys of life are a reminder of the living of these days together. The brave adventure and the holy understanding we share in this journey echo today as they always do in the Book of Life and in the hearts we each bring to share here today. And may it always be so.
As long as there is hunger, there are some who share their bread. And as long as there is homelessness, some will work to find a bed. And as long as some keep dying young, some will try to find a cure. There is only so much suffering we humans can endure. Sometimes angels land among us, and they live within our kindness. And when heroes have to give their all, sometimes we are angels for each other when we fall. And when some of us are lonely, they will show us they are near. And when some of us are grieving, they're the ones who feel our tears. Some are full of understanding, 'cause they've been that way before and have risen from their ashes to give us hope once more. Sometimes angels land among us, and they live within our kindness. And when heroes have to give their all, sometimes we are angels for each other when we fall. Sometimes we cry, sometimes we bleed, sometimes life brings us to our knees. We will rise, together we stand, in unity, in harmony, humanity. Sometimes we need a helping hand. Oh, and sometimes we are angels, though none of us have wings. Sometimes ordinary people do extraordinary things, and it's waiting here within us to be all that we can be through our courage and compassion. Angels look like you and me. Sometimes angels land among us, and they live within our kindness. And when heroes have to give their all, sometimes we are angels for each other when we fall. Sometimes we are angels for each other when we fall. Just take a minute. That's a really hard song for me to sing without crying. But it's true. We're here for each other, and this is a challenging time. And here we are together in this beautiful sanctuary with these beautiful voices, all of our voices. Next up is children of all ages, right? Normally I travel with 3 instruments and it saves a whole lot of tuning. I was last year, my very first ever Zoom. We had 2020 all set up for me to come and be here in person, and March happened, and we all know what happened after that. And I had to get even more creative than usual about how to make a living. And so I decided to develop some what I call pandemic projects. And a series of children's books was part of that pandemic project. And the first one, hot off the press, apparently 20 boxes showed up on my porch in Bellingham yesterday from China. Thank you, housemaid Albert. He's going to find a place upstairs somewhere to stick those boxes. But the books are about, well, they're based on my song lyrics, but stories of kindness and compassion and courage and resilience. Still not quite in tune. Beth, you don't have to get up. I asked, where are the children? And she said, well, I'll come down and sit up in front. You don't have to do that. I do miss the children. I guess children come and go in congregations along with their parents. But I hope they come back. So, Ian, you're going to run the book. And I think actually I'm just going to run through it because the lyrics go by so fast. You'll get whiplash if you try and follow it on the screen. So run it in and I'll read it with animation. Illustrations by a wonderful local artist, musician Bob Paltrow. Love doesn't care who you love, and it's not apathy, it's like acceptance. You may love an apple, you may love a pear, you may love a bulldog, you may love a bear, you may love an orangutan swinging in a tree, you may love a flower like a honeybee. Love doesn't care who you love, only that you love. Love doesn't care who you love. You may love a forest, you may love a tree, you may love a great big whale swimming in the sea. You may love a butterfly because love's not big or small. Love fills the space within your heart. One size fits all. Love doesn't care who you love, only that you love. Love doesn't care who you love. And this is the bridge. Yes, I do. How I love you. Love laughs when you're happy. Love cries when you're sad. Love cares when you're lonely and even when you're mad. Because love knows we all make mistakes in things we say and do. Love sees the best inside of us, the light that shines on through. Love doesn't care who you love, only that you love. Love doesn't care who you love. Love, yes I do. How I love you. No matter if you're pretty, no matter if you're thin, no matter if you're young or old, or the color of your skin. And you can love whomever makes your inside sing, fills your heart with happy, makes your love bells ring. Love doesn't care who you love, only that you love. Love doesn't care who. Love doesn't care who you love. You may love an apple, you may love a pear, you may love a bulldog, you may love a bear, you may love an orangutan swinging in a tree, You may love a flower like that honeybee. Love doesn't care who you love, only that you love. 'Cause love doesn't care who you love. You may love a forest, you may love a tree, you may love a great big whale swimming in the sea, and you may love a butterfly, 'cause love's not big or small. Love fills the space within your heart, one size fits all. Love doesn't care who you love, only that you love. 'Cause love doesn't care who you love. Here's the bridge, you can sing along if you want. Love, yes I do, how I love you. Love laughs when you're happy, love cries when you're sad, love cares when you're lonely, and even when you're mad. 'Cause love knows we all make mistakes and things we say and do. Love sees the best inside of us, the light that shines on through. Love doesn't care who you love, only that you love. 'Cause love doesn't care who you love. Got another crack at the bridge. Love, yes I do, how I love you. No matter if you're pretty, no matter if you're thin, no matter if you're young or old or the color of your skin. And you can love whomever makes your inside sing, fills your heart with happy, makes your love bells ring. Love doesn't care who you love, only that you love. 'Cause love doesn't care who, love doesn't care who, love doesn't care who you love. Who you love, who do you love? Little Bo Diddley, who do you love? Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for all of that, because now it's your opportunity to be angels and give some love. It is our custom here at First Unitarian Church of Honolulu to share our monthly offerings with a group whose mission is in concert with our own. Now, after several months of extraordinary need, our church emergency fund is very low. We use this confidential and direct giving account to assist those facing urgent financial need in our church and in the wider community. So y'all need to think about those angels that you are sometime. You need to dig down deep. And there's many ways that you can help, many ways that you can do this. Put cash in the calabash that's coming around. Scan the QR code. You'll be directed to a secure giving page on the church's website. Give securely by text. This encrypted form of giving allows you to give to the church emergency fund or pay toward your check. You get lots of choices when you do it that way. But I invite you now, you got some out, go back in and get a little bit more. And the offering will now be greatly, freely given and gratefully received.
hungry child, a bowl of food, an eye for eye, a day of truce. It's those who want or have and still want more. The silent cries of hollow eyes, too hard to live, too young to die. It's hate and greed that feed this hungry war. Until everyone has enough to eat, until all can find a safe place to sleep, there is something you and I must do. It's work and hope. A sacrifice, a vision shared, a leap of faith for those that dare. The rose of love will bloom, the dove will fly. If our every act can ease some pain, then the hero has 1,000 names. One act, one play, one step each day of work and hope. When you wish upon a star, don't leave your heart in heaven. Oh, it starts with one. The longest journey has begun with work and a hungry child, a bowl of food, till none will want and all will want no more. And though we may limit the lives we touch, 'cause it hurts sometimes to feel too much, find the strength to do what you can do with work and hope.
Your gifts help sustain the ministry within the walls of this church and without as we strive to build the beloved community. Thank you for your generosity.
The quote, "Be the change you want to see in the world," is often attributed to Mahatma Gandhi, but he didn't actually say it. He did say something close. If we could change ourselves, the tendencies in the world would also change. And the full quote, "We but mirror the world. All the tendencies present in the outer world are to be found in the world of our body. If we could change ourselves, the tendencies in the world would also change. As a man changes his own nature, so does the attitude of the world change toward him. This is the divine mystery supreme. A wonderful thing it is, and the source of our happiness. We do not wait to see what others do. Summer day.
And Molly Oliver answers to that. Who made the world? Who made the swan and the black bear? Who made the grasshopper? This grasshopper, I mean, the one who has flung herself out of the grass, the one who was eating sugar out of my hand. She's moving her jaws back and sideways, back and forth, instead of up and down, gazing around with her enormous and complicated eyes. Now she lifts her pale forearms and thoroughly washes her face. She snaps her wings open, floats away. I don't know exactly what prayer is. I do know how to pay attention, how to fall down in the grass, how to kneel in the grass, how to idle and be blessed, how to stroll through the fields, which is what I've been doing all day. Tell me, what else should I have done? Doesn't everything die at last and too soon? Tell me, what is it you plan to do with your one wild and precious life?
Grace was born with loving hands. Her mama and papa worked the land. Times were hard, they were strong. Love gave them strength to carry on. Grace wakened with a whisper in the fading dawn. We are here for a short while and a long time gone. Seeds blossom, grace was grown. She took the world's work for her own, turned away no soul in need, and always found another mouth to feed. Grace could never take her rest, though the road was long. She was here for a short while and a long time gone. Steady in her elder years, Grace found me when my life was filled with tears. A beacon in the night, her shining work became my guiding light. Live and love the best you can, try to do no harm. We are here for a short while and a long time gone. When Grace took the angel's hand. She gave her body back to the land. World of sorrow, disappear. I swear grace whispers in my ear. Live and love the best you can. Try to do no harm. We are here for a short while and a long time gone. Best we can carry on. Here for a short while and a long time. Long time gone. Thank you. Yeah, the next song I have to retune again, but I'm going to tell you the story of how this next song came about. My late partner, T.R. Ritchie, who this congregation got to experience back in 2013, less than a year before he passed, unexpectedly. In his youth, he was a fire lookout. He called it his government-sponsored sabbatical. So in addition to his official duties of, that big round thing where you figure out where the smoke's coming from and then you radio it in and tell people where to send their fire jumpers and their picks and their shovels and all that stuff, he had plenty of time to observe the natural world, which he delighted in doing. And one of the things that he observed were these tiny little twisted trees growing right up a tree line, sometimes, often, growing out of solid rock, sometimes growing out of a crack in solid rock, and sometimes creating that crack in solid rock. So he came back from his summertime adventures and was visiting with his friend Danny Deerdorf, who had polio as a child. And he was describing these trees, and they were all small and twisted and resilient, and they could be 2 feet tall and 200 years old, because every little bit of growth they got to do was by grit, pretty much by grit alone. And Danny said, "You should write a song about that." And so this is a song he wrote for Danny Deerdorf. It's called White Bark. Tune a little bit better than that. Yeah, 10 days before TR passed, we did a benefit concert, and friends from all over the country showed up and played his songs back to him, and Danny played this song for him. It was very powerful, very moving. This is the life I have been given. These are the seasons of my time, and I am seeking out the light according to design. I've weathered storms I cannot count to make this world my home, in a place where small and twisted things can split the hardest stone. In one like me, you might not see how I have managed to exist. A fragile, crooked rack of limbs in terrain as rough as this. But to those who take their chances here, experience has shown that sometimes small and twisted things can split the hardest stone. So shed no tear of pity here, and spin no tale of tragic grace. Just let it be enough that life is blooming in this rocky place. It is the proof that seeds will grow wherever they are sown, and that sometimes small and twisted things can split the hardest stone. Your heart is a muscle X, right? My page has got a little creative. Yes? Right. In his sermon, Loving Your Enemies, at the Dexter Avenue Baptist Church in Montgomery, Alabama on November 17th, 1957, Martin Luther King Jr. said, "Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate can drive out hate. Only love can do that." None of us are free until all of us are free, often credited to Martin Luther King, is a modern paraphrase of a quote by 19th century Jewish American activist and poet Emma Lazarus. I always like giving credit where credit is due. But I'm grateful that Martin Luther King repeated that because it bears repeating. In his letter from a Birmingham jail on April 16th, 1963, he wrote, "I am cognizant of the interrelatedness of all communities and states. I cannot sit idly by in Atlanta and not be concerned about what happens in Birmingham. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. We are caught in an inescapable network of mutuality, tied in a single garment of destiny. Whatever affects one directly affects all directly or indirectly." And with that, the choir will join me in Your Heart is a Muscle. Your heart is a muscle the size of a fist. Beat strong, persist where there's injustice. Resist, your heart is a muscle the size of a fist. Darkness cannot drive out darkness, only light. Only light, speak this truth to power where there is a muscle the size of a fist. Hatred cannot drive out hatred. Only love, only love. Speak this truth, truth to power. Where there's hatred, show your love. Your heart is a muscle the size of a fist. Beat strong, persist where there's injustice. Resist, your heart is a muscle the size of a fist. No one's free till all are free. Us and them, you and me. Speak this truth, truth to power. Where there's suffering, stand as one. Our hearts are a muscle the size of a fist. Beat strong, persist where there's injustice. Resist, your heart is a muscle the size of a fist. Be strong, right the wrong. Hold on, hold on. Be strong, join us. Right the wrong. Hold on, hold on. Be strong. Right the wrong. Hold on, hold on. Last time. Be strong. Right the wrong. Hold on, hold on. Your heart is a muscle the size of a fist. Be strong, persist where there's injustice. Resist, your heart is a muscle the size of a fist. Woo.
Love it, love it. The Serenity Prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference, living one day at a time, enjoying one moment at a time, accepting hardship as a pathway to peace.
This is a song that T.R. wrote music to, a poem by John Burroughs, who was a contemporary of John Muir and Henry David Thoreau. And he added some words to it. And I just really love this because, well, you'll hear why. In peace I fold my hands and wait, no care for wind nor tide nor sea. I rail no more against time or fate, for what is is mine will come to me. I stay my haste, I make delays, unheedful of this hectic pace. I stand amid the eternal ways, for what is mine will know my face. The stars come nightly to the sky, the tide turns on the restless sea. No time, nor space, nor deep, nor high can keep my own away from me. No wind can drive my ship astray, nor change the tide of destiny. Awake, asleep, by night, by day, that which I seek is seeking me. The law of love binds every heart and knits it to its utmost kin. Nor can our hearts flow long apart from hearts our secret souls would win. The stars come nightly to the sky, the tide turns on the restless sea. No time, nor space, nor deep, nor high can keep my own away from me. No time, nor space, nor deep, nor high can keep my own away from me.
Amen and amen. Can we give Tracy a thank you? I don't know about you, but my heart feels bitter. It is time to extinguish our chalice, and as Richard, are you awake? Extinguishes our chalice. Join me as we offer the words of Kimberly Quinn Johnson. I'll start. As we extinguish our chalice, we remember that we are not perfect, but we are perfectly fitted for this day. We are not without fault, but we can be honest to face our past as we chart a new future. May we be bold and courageous to chart that new future. May we have faith in a future that is not known. We are the ones we've been waiting for. Well, worship has ended, so let our service begin. But before we sing our song piece, I'd like to bring your attention to a few announcements about the different things going on in our church community. First, there will be a Thanksgiving potluck here at the church Thursday, November 28th, Thanksgiving Day, complete with turkey, all the trimmings, and a vegan section. Please sign up with Catherine Graham or use the sheet. There's a sheet on the bulletin board. Yes? No? Not yet, but there will be a sheet on the bulletin board. Stay tuned for that. Hope for Us. If you received the weekly newsletter and you scroll down a little bit, you know that Hope for Us coaches are coming to help us learn more skills for navigating and managing conflicts in our congregation. They will co-lead worship starting next week, November 17th, and they'll be here the 24th as well. And then in between, there are many times of day to select to attend a listening session. And sign up as soon as you can. I finally figured it out. But if you need help, I understand, Jaron, you can help people with that. God bless you. And Dr. Gray can do it too. Jaron is filling in for Suzette in the office while she's on vacation, and we are very grateful. The handyman, wow. Tuesdays and Thursdays for as long as needed. We will have an open sanctuary. Tuesdays, it's Tuesday afternoon, 12 to 3. Thursday evenings, 4 to 7. Come, stay a little time, short time. If you want some quiet contemplation, pastoral care, we brought a card game, and it was really helpful. Reverend Greg will host the space, is available for pastoral support during those hours or by appointment other times. Stay as long as it feels good, and all are welcome. That's it for announcements. So, as we sing our song of peace, please remember to ask to take someone's hand before you do. We are going to sing our song of peace, Circle Round for Freedom.